Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. And today's video is just like the title says, I used to be a cheer coach. We're going to go ahead and take this back to 1997, how it all began. So of course I had my ex-wife and my two daughters with me at the time because we were a family. Now my daughter was probably 9 years old, my oldest, and my youngest was 4 years old. So we enrolled my 9-year-old into the cheerleading program back in our community, back in the city of Baldwin Park, California. And they were considered the Baldwin Park Roadrunners, which is the football and cheer program. So my daughter, we enrolled her, she had a good time, it was a good season. So we came back the following year. Now it was a cheer and football program, and of course it was all for really football. So the girls really supported the boys. And all I had was 2 girls, of course, I have no boys. So now as far as the boys, all the board members there only had boys. So of course, they ran the organization, they ran the program, so we had to go and follow their rules. So we always had to do fundraisers as they required. We had to go and support the boys, which was fun. You notice that when at the end of the season, the football season was over, it became the competition time for the girls. They probably attended about 2 or 3. But we didn't get any support from the board members. The following year we came back. Throughout the season we kept supporting, kept attending the games and so on. But in the back of my mind I kept thinking, you know, why do we have to do this? Why can't we just go independent now? Why can't we just do competitions? I think that would be more fun for the girls. So what we ended up doing is, at the end of our season, my ex-wife and I back in 1999 decided, let's go independent. Let's go and form an organization just for the girls as for competing. So I did some research, did some networking, and there's so many competitions out there. What we ended up doing is we went independent, and we had to come up with a name. We had to file a tax ID, but that all came to pass. So if you like something and you enjoy it, it all comes in place. I always say it's always the timing, and it was the perfect timing, guys. We came up with our own name, we came up with our own colors, we came up with our own fundraisers, we came up with anything and everything we wanted to do. And it was so awesome because my family was involved, my daughters, and we did this just for them, as well as the girls in the community whose parents followed us just for the girls. We started off with 42 cheerleaders, and all we did was compete throughout Southern California, and our main competition was in Las Vegas. That first year, oh, let me tell you, it was awesome. Our girls brought home some trophies, and I mean, we were just like, they were fierce. Let me tell you, a lot of the cities were like, oh my gosh, we never heard of these girls. Who are they? They are so good. Oh my God, they're just awesome. So that made us feel good, continue and stronger to keep going forward. So the following year, we got more girls enrolled. From 42, went up to 75. And we continued on. As we grew so much for the divas that it was just outrageous. We had so much fun. The creativity that came out of me, things I wanted to do for the kids. And we ended up having our own website. We had sports bottles, we had car flags, bumper stickers, pillowcases. Not to mention we got to go and create our own design of our uniforms as well as our sweat pants. We had our fireworks stand. We got to host our own competition. Our annual fundraiser, we also, but the girls really loved, they loved doing the fashion show, so that's something we wanted to continue on because they loved it. They had so much fun doing that. Not only did we get the support from some of the parents, we got support from the city itself. They let us go and practice at the park there directly. When it came during the cold weather, rainy season, they allowed us to practice inside the facility. One of the parents was an actual board member for the city. So she got us a fireworks stand. Guys, it was just so awesome. Now when we have the fireworks stand, we're talking we make about 30,000 or more. You really don't have to really form any other form of fundraisers because everything is there for you for the kids. And that's what we did. We paid a lot for the kids. It is so much fun. And especially seeing the beautiful smiles on these kids, just knowing you're doing something right for them, it makes you feel good. But all we did was compete. And I wasn't ashamed. I was probably the only dad that I knew who was a coach at the time back then in the 90s. And then gradually other parents came involved where the fathers were involved. I had a staff member who was a father. We grew so much where I needed staff members. Not only my ex-wife and I ran the organization, but we had 12 staff members who were coaches. We also had an accountant. We also had an assistant coach. We also had because we were considered the president and founders of the organization. I had an assistant with me. He was one of the fathers. We grew so much. We had so much fun, guys. I even got hit up from a parent from the high school where my ex-wife and I had met. The high school reached out to us and said, hey, you know what? We have a cheerleading team here at the high school. We'd like to know if you guys like to become the coaches, because you know, you run your own organization. You guys here, we hear you guys such a do a fine job, a great job. Can you do this for the high school? Of course, you get paid for that. And with our organization, we didn't get paid. Yes, we got treated. We got little trips here and there. We paid for registration throughout the organization. But when it came down to the high school, they pay you. They pay you the stipend in the season. You put in all these different hours, but if you enjoy it, so we had practice at the high school. Then from the high school, we ran to the field for our independent organization. So we did a lot of running around and back and forth Monday through Friday, but actually on Fridays we would take off from the Divas practice, so we would have to just practice with the girls at the high school. It took a toll on our bodies, took a toll on us, but you know what, we did it, we loved it, we really enjoyed it. Now, as far as the high school itself, we did it for 3 years, from 2002, 2003, 2004, and then actually that was it. With kids and their minors, you are required to go and get certified at your first aid. Not to mention, we were also certified as stunt coaches. That's something I really enjoyed, really had a good time, is creating the stunts for the girls. The teams themselves, we ended up having 116 cheerleaders for the Divas. Not only did we have the Ballpark Divas, because they grew so much and so large, we had to create another team. So we created a sister team called the Baldwin Park Diva Stars. So they had their own colors with the fuchsia, the black, and the silver, which was great. So we had a massive group of girls going to competitions. So once people see the Divas and Diva Stars, they already know what city they belong to. It was something we created ourselves. It's something where you're really proud of, and something that your kids were in, and I really did for. Now, we actually had our staff members take over the organization because, and we already knew as far as my ex-wife and I, this was the end of our season. We were going to discontinue it ourselves. We were going to step back and offer it to the coaches and coaching staffs who actually want to continue doing this because they had their family members, their daughters and grandkids, etc. Since our kids are actually grown up and out of it now, we wanted to move on and do something else. So guys, that's it for my cheer career. Just hopefully you guys like this vlog, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Now, all my social media is down below, and don't forget to hit that notification button wherever it's at, whatever side. As I'm talking through my story, I'm going to just toss up some pictures here and there, so you'll be able to see those. Hopefully you guys did like this vlog, and we'll catch you again later, and bye.